Hello, it's Essie here, and I'm here with a process video after a long gap of being missing without leave from the world of process videos and YouTube. I've been working really hard during lockdown and not really having much time or space to work on other stuff. But I'm really excited to be back, and I'm using the new collection from Paige Taylor Evans' Go the Scenic Group from Pink Paisley to create a layout using the a scrap lift from the Facebook group Scrap Squad, which uses lots of tags to create sort of a background to the photo. I love tags, so when I saw this lift on the Facebook group, I knew it was one I wanted to try. So I'm just creating a template out of some scrap paper there. I haven't got a die cutting machine at the moment or a tag template or anything. I couldn't really be bothered to get my silhouette out just to cut a couple of tags. So I'm using a template of scrap paper, which I've cut to the width that I want my tag to be. And as you can see there, I folded it in half and used my trimmer to just cut the corners so that I got even corners, and then I've used obviously translated that onto the cardstock. I'm now just going to mark where I want the hole to be punched, and then transfer that onto my cardstock as well. Just chopping the hole there with my crocodile. And that's my first tag done. So this is bits of ephemera from the Go the Scenic Route collection. That gorgeous pink and teal tag there with the mandalas or floral design on. They're foiled. Those mandala designs, they're beautiful. And I've got 2 or 3 other bits of ephemera from the pack as well, which I'm going to use to build up my own little tags to use behind my photo. I've got a photograph of myself and my other half on holiday. And although this is a travel collection, Go the Scenic Route, it's got lots of bits and pieces in that you can use for very generic layouts as well. And I'm not necessarily using anything travel themed for this layout, even though ironically it is a picture of Pete and I on holiday. So they're just creating another tag that I'm going to pop this piece of ephemera on, using the always and forever, forever and always piece there, just to mark where I want the hole so that they line up when I pop them together. And then I've got that lilac piece as well, which I have made into the shape of a tag using exactly the same technique. And then I've got a slightly bigger piece of a contrasting cardstock to mat it on. So I'm sticking those together now. I'm going to pop this one up on some foam to add some dimension before thinking about where I'm going to place them on my layout. So that's my tags, or the bases done. My idea is that I'm going to then add some more bits of ephemera and stickers and things to just add some more details to them. I'm going to do that once they're on the layout, so I can kind of balance it all and work out what I want where. Just fiddling around with the placement a little bit. I want to cover half of the page, or the bottom half of the page, with that patterned or that coloured teal cardstock. I think pink and teal have got to be one of my most favourite colour combinations. So I'm just using putting my tape runner to put some adhesive on the back, sticking that down, and then I'm going to use the manufacturer's strip just to add that border along the top there for a bit more colour, and obviously that pink contrast as well. So that's in place. Got my tags and things in place. I'm going to layer up my photograph on some foam, and I'm going to use silicone gel to glue gel to stick it to my layout. It works better. I find it works better on the foam than PVA type glue, because it doesn't make the paper wrinkle in the same way that PVA can do. And it stays wetter for longer, so I can move things around a bit if I change my mind about the placement. So I'm going to add some brads into the top of the tags, a bit of a blast from the past, but I decided I didn't want thread coming from the top of every tag. So I've done that first one. I've got some copper brads. I've chopped the bottom of that one off because obviously you don't see it all, and it means I've got a little label shape left to use either on this layout or another one if I don't use it here. Again, popping this on some foam and tucking that in behind the photograph. And then that one that's a tag from the ephemera pack. I've not done anything to that one. It is as it is, just popping a brad through, and then I'm going to stick that on as well. Just popped a little bit of foam to the right hand side there, because the left hand side of the tag is going to be layered up on the one next to it. So now I do want some thread through this one. Just fishing in my box, I knew I'd got some copper thread in there somewhere. I'm struggling. I've got a fan going, so I struggle a little bit here with trying to control that thread because it's blowing around, but I get there eventually, and just tie that through the two tags and trim that off. So that just creates a little bit of a different finish to the top of that tag, and again, foam on just the right hand side so that it layers up with the one next to it. And then I've got that navy tag, which again is from the ephemera pack, and it is as it is, and I've just chopped a strip off so that I can tuck it behind the Forever and Always tag, just some silicone glue gel straight onto the layout. And then I'm now going to add some extra detail. So I've got the floral ephemera from the collection, which is so pretty. And I'm just using that strip that I cut from the navy tag. I'm just using that to pop along the bottom of that lilac-y tag there, and that brings the navy over, so that balances it out. So there's a bit of navy on both sides. And then layering some flowers on top of that. You notice I cut that one in half. Always cut them in half if they're going to be tucked under, because you never know when you can use. And there, I'm using the other half to layer up under that one there. Just popping some more. And again, the same, I've got that little lilac-y flower there, and that just brings in some of that lilac colour over to the other half of the layout to balance with that tag on the left. So now I've got some, just going through the bits of ephemera I've got out, and I've got a heart there. I've got a pink heart. It was originally on a white square like those other two, but I cut it out for another layout and didn't use it. So I'm just going to tuck it there on that navy. A little ticket. I think that ticket is actually cut. I can't remember whether it's in the ephemera pack or whether it's fussy cut from the paper, because I know there's a paper with lots of tags on, with lots of tickets on, which I've used a lot of, and have cut some out already. And then that mandala, that's foiled as well. That's from the ephemera pack, and it's beautiful. And it just brings in another touch of that foiling that's on the pink and teal. So the title, these are Puffy Alphas, and these are actually from the Truly Grateful collection. I have got the Ghost of the Scenic Route Alphas, and they're lovely, but I wanted a mixed alpha title in more of a script font. So I decided to use these ones, and the You and Me just brings in a bit more of that copper to tie in with the brads I've used. So I'm just placing my alphas and I've stuck that little pink flower, or it's quite a big pink flower, to the right of my photo above the title, and that kind of joins them all up together. Just adding in little bits and pieces and details, more flowers from the ephemera. And then also in the floral ephemera pack there is some little leaves which are really cute, so I'm just going to tuck some of those in as well, just making little clusters of floral details on my tags and down the bottom there above my title, just to kind of bring everything together. Just having a sort through to see what else I might want on my page. Tucking some little leaves in elsewhere. So I want some little dots. There are some puffy dots on the puffy stickers with this kit, but I wanted some more touches of the copper, so I'm using my Nuvo drops to add just some little coppery details in places, like adding groups of 3. And finishing touch, I decide that I'm going to add some splatters. I get a bit carried away and end up wishing I hadn't added quite so many. Oh, please excuse the motorbike in the background there if you can hear that. Sorry, I've got the windows open. I should have stopped there, but I didn't. I went ahead and got a bit carried away with the top, but that's me done. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you here again soon. Bye.